running out. Feels like each word is my final somehow. Right now, fighting for hope feels like all I have left. But somehow I feel free, I don't care about the rest. I feel the peace and contentment inside as I open my heart. I got nothing to hide. Wouldn't trade anyone here by my side for a ransom of riches. My fortune is pride.
Hello. Welcome back to another stream. One sec, I'm doing a little bit of moderating on Threads, and then I'll hop into this. Fine. Hello, finally Twitch working, and I'm glad. Hey, sorry, I'm just doing a little quick pass of moderation on Threads before I don't look at it for a few hours. I usually get this wrapped up, but there's a little bit of a chaotic start today. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are good. All right. I also made a clip. Finally, that clip that I meant to make from when I loaded instead of saving from the last case. I finally got that made. A little edit put together. I can pull. Nothing crazy. A wee little edit. Yeah. I think it's funny. This is, oh my god, I haven't used this account in forever. Okay, I logged into the wrong Instagram. Damn. See, this is the problem with keychaining everything. I don't fucking remember any of my passwords. All right, here we go. Brief detour. I'm gonna show off this dumbass. Switch to desktop. Start it.
Piece of information I need now.
Sure, I welcome you to try.
Oh boy. Wait. The potato quality because I had to blow it up. But yeah, I actually got a clip made for once. Oh man, I'm also streaming vertical on YouTube right now, so hopefully that doesn't cause insane problems. Because it'll make it easier to clip stuff like that without it looking like garbage. We shall see. Anyway, let's get this game rolling. We have a case to solve. I'll be on Twitch now, so no problems for me. Yeah. We'll see how it does, assuming Twitch don't fuck me over. Yeah, for real. Oh. Twitch be fucking around way too much. For as big of a platform as they are, you would expect that they have a more stable platform, but they really just don't. Like, shit's always a mess on Twitch, but it's all good. Let's finish this. Oh, let me turn this back up. That reel was loud as hell. I know, right? Yeah, for real. It's a little ridiculous. But anyway, we chilling today. Let's finish this case. Damn fucking right. All right. December 30th, 9:41 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 5.
Good morning, Max.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. Do you remember all the details? I do for the most part, yeah. I don't think I've forgotten anything. The main problem is that I don't really have like a strong hunch on what happened, honestly. There's so many possibilities that, and none of them feel like especially strong, but I definitely think something to do with Acro's incident has to be part of it. But yeah, so many people have a motive and so many people have good reason to not do it. I think I'm just gonna kind of be winging it today. That's what I said yesterday as well. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. I feel that. It really does take a minute. You gotta like ramp up that energy.
Tee.
Oh,
Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina.
how fabulous. My sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today.
Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this.
Mo said that? I always keep coming back to Mo. I don't know why, but just something about him. Maybe it's just because he's a clown.
So, what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end.
It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties?
Huh?
I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is.
Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience.
Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there.
Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Top of the morning to you. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? But Mo, top of the morning to you, governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with the energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Mac, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, thanks. Why is everyone giving him milk? So how are you today, right? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real culprits. You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line, literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. Just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses.
What are you gonna do then, Nick?
I guess today we'll have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today, we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get the past Acro and to the truth.
You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Damn. I mean, I get it, but damn, that's heavy. This poor girl is about to have her whole world crushed. Damn. Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. Call it a reality check. Yeah, she definitely needs it, but damn. This poor girl about to get years of emotion all at once. Oh boy. Been there. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. December 30th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Here we go. Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactico.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous theory of events.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, or shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime.
Order! Order! I still haven't figured out why Acro would take out the Ringmaster. His motive is the most confusing, unless he meant to take out Max and somehow confuse the Ringmaster for Max. I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are now prepared to explain how the defendant flew at night. An explanation the prosecution will present if need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene on my orders. Oh, poor Gumshoe. Yeah, poor Gumshoe.
Very well. Please call your witness to the stand. None of them have a motive for Ringmaster, so it would make more sense for his murder to be an accident or something else. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm stumped a little bit. Is like, yeah, because there's a lot of just mixed information. I could see a reason for a handful of people to have done it, especially if they were trying to take out Max. Yeah. Because I don't remember Max having anything to do with Acro's incident, and that's kind of what stumps me. I think it'll all come together. Time to get to work, or shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope.
Name and occupation.
Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Barry Big Circus.
Where were you the night of the crime?
I was in my room that night.
If you look at the map, you will see that the witness's room is near the crime scene.
My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window.
The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed?
Okay. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m., and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactico. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
If that's the case, there's very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the night sky.
Hold it! Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness.
A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth did.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings?
There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
I love their little petty spats between the two of them. It's funny as hell.
It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed.
Okay, so I can't press. Let me save. I want to see what happens if I press.
You said that you were resting in bed. One would thus assume that you turned the lights off in your room, correct? That's correct. But there are safety lights around the outside of the lodging house. It's so bright sometimes it can make it hard to sleep. If that's the case, wouldn't it be a good idea to close some curtains? I never really thought of that. I guess that means I'm off to buy some curtains. Sometimes I do make myself useful in these chambers.
The witness will proceed with his testimony.
Okay, so there's not a penalty to it. Okay, so I might as well press. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Your room is on the 3rd floor, right? Yes. And you said you were resting in bed? That's correct. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside. The penalty thing was mostly for Mo, because, you know, right. They just mentioned how I wasn't going to be able to get much out of pressing him. So I was just being a little cautious. I wasn't sure if I was going to get penalized. Playing it safe, you know? We want a clean run here. That's not going to happen. But you were still able to hear a sound from outside? I was indeed. Pressing acro doesn't seem to get results. But maybe it was something was contradictory in what he just said now. Oh god, now I actually have to make a choice. Let's see. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
Objection!
If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction? No. Alright, Okay, so yeah, this is where I get in trouble for the press. Whoops. Oh. Alright. So yeah, I don't think that's a situation to press. I think I gotta be a little more decisive here. What even was wrong with the statement? I low-key forgot. Honestly, nothing. I was just trying to see if I could glean anything out. You know, a little bit of a bluff, if you will. What's the matter, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find a clear contradiction, I should tread lightly. Then a few moments later, I saw something flying right by my window. Bluff too far and you'll get burnt, for sure. Are you sure it was a human being? It could have been a mannequin, or perhaps a large action figure. Well, setting aside the possibility of a mannequin and an action figure is plausible.
You have no need to mince words with Mr. Wright. Testify to the truth and only the truth. Just as if we were there with you that night.
Okay. I believe it was a human. Damn. I just strengthened his testimony. I wonder if Acro's statement jives with the facts. I could present the bust here, because I have a feeling that the reason that people saw Max fly away was due to but like the thing that really has me stumped is that if they were trying to kill Max, why would they go through such efforts to then frame Max? Because that, like, if that's, you know what I mean? Like, why would they try to make it look like he killed himself, but like not in a suicide way? That's what's really, like, that's what's confusing me. Okay, I'm not gonna press here yet, but yeah. Did the note mention Max? Maybe it was meant for someone else. That's true. I'm just thinking, like, because a lot of people who have a motive is against Max. And so that's kind of the easiest person to assume that they wanted to kill. But it doesn't make sense because they went through so much effort to stage it like Max was the murderer. The only other person I could think of is Regina, and we don't really know why Acro hates her. But then it also begs the question, why did her father end up getting killed? Yeah. I think I've got to tease out some information yet.
What's the matter, Mr. Wright?
Nothing, Your Honor. Until I can find it. Yeah. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So, with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window. The safety lights lit the thing up enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette from outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses in the front. God, we slipped into British there.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
Clearly, I saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. Maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony. I gotta look at the court record, hold on. Document, is in... So you do have to press and present something regardless. Yeah, I think... So it seems like I've got 3 choices of spots I can press and present. The question is, which is the correct one? That's the mystery right now. Huh. And what the fuck does this pepper have to do with anything? Oh, man. Months ago, have you? Events took place. Judge needs his sodium. True. Can't forget that sodium. Alright, I'm gonna say there's nothing wrong for now.
What's the matter?
Yeah, we've seen this. Alright. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. When did you start thinking that what you saw wasn't a dream?
Objection!
That's not important.
Objection!
I believe that the prosecution has done a bit of maintenance on the witness's testimony.
Just to make sure, let's ask the witness. Yo!
Objection!
Sustained.
What? Don't sustain that. Acro must be lying about what he saw, right? Of course he is. Now the challenge will be to expose his lies in court. Well, put the pedal to the metal, Nick. Alright. So, it's not this first statement. You heard the large thump, and I don't have anything that could prove he couldn't hear it. Saw someone flying right by the window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's what it looked like. This is tough. Oh, wait. I think... Okay, let me see here. Let me press here. I think I've got it. Because he said he saw his hat, right? That's true. I have to go into bed after all. So with the lights off, you're still able to see him fly by your window. The safety lights lit the thing up enough for me to see. But honestly, there's only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses in front. Okay, other symbols. I clearly saw the silk hat. Okay, we got this. Okay. There is, in fact, a contradiction. My only idea is that he saw the hat and cloak, but not the white roses. Well, you were right. I actually didn't see that till just now. But you were on the money. There's a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given.
Objection!
He can't have had the hat on. The hat was left at the crime scene. I do. And this is it. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. I've realized something about Australian accents. You just kind of add like a subtle R to everything. It's a lot easier to not slip into Britain. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite the difficult considering the state I'm in. Nope, now we're British again. I swear to God, I always slip into a British accent when I try to do Aussie ones. Just looking outside of the window, fuck me. Just looking outside the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not, no matter how you look at it. This is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats?
No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica, which means Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand. Fibbing's a funny word.
Order!
Objection!
As always, it looks like someone had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick?
Well, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
I don't see any reason for him to have a grudge against Max. Let's save. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself.
On this occasion,
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor.
I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds.
Uh-oh, wrong choice?
Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by the theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to be almost scary.
Lol. He is staying rather calm and collected.
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up on myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
But that's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of murder of all things.
See? Even this sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
She's right, way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head.
See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery. That's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well? I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
Of course he did. I definitely don't think this was done alone. But I'm also not fully committed to this track yet, you know? This could be a dead end, so I wanted to make sure I didn't overwrite that last save. It's impossible for Acro to be the murderer in this case. If that's the case, then it's natural for one to consider possible accomplices.
You don't say.
You do have proof. You do have to prove his accomplice. Yeah. Not good. Not good. This isn't gonna end well. Oh boy.
Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy.
What?
You must not have heard that sound just now. Maybe it wasn't clear enough. The sound of you falling into your own trap can be hard to notice sometimes.
Mr. Wright, it seems as if you won't be stopping at Acro, but will be making other accusations. If Acro did not have an accomplice, things are not looking good for you.
I understand, Your Honor.
Very well, let's continue. Who, perchance, would happen to be Acro's accomplice?
Now, this one I actually feel somewhat strong about. Somewhat. I think it's either Ben or Mo. Mo because the story matches. Ben has the better motive, though. I'm gonna go with Ben.
You don't say.
Uh-oh. This is suddenly looking very, very bad.
Don't tell me you think you're going to get off easy.
What?
Oh, did you hear that?
I actually have a good guess, but like, you have to be out there. I actually have a good guess, but like, you have to be out there. Okay. Huh.
Hear what? Is the sound of you getting
Oh, this again?
What a splendid accomplice. I'm sure this accusation is built on a solid foundation.
Foundation?
Yes, Mr. Wright. Do you have any proof that the person you've accused was indeed an accomplice?
Yeah. It is Mo. It is Mo, isn't it? The pepper. Okay. Damn. Alright, well, I'm gonna take oh, I don't have the ring anymore. Shit. Okay, well, I was gonna go with that, but alright, let's just burn go back a sec. I think it's Mo. Wild thought, but it could be the monkey. That's my guess. Huh. That's an interesting theory. Huh. Well, then why is everyone lying on it? Because the monkey could not orchestrate the framing. But it definitely would explain the confusing motives of everyone. Try it out and see. I'm gonna try Mo first. But let's see.
Say. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
this piece of evidence is lacking in persuasive power.
You didn't miss that sound, did you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You know the sound of receiving a penalty?
Let's see. Alright, well, that's not it. Go back here. Of course he did. Alright, let's try the monkey.
You don't say.
Uh-oh. This is suddenly looking very bad. Okay, so I don't think this is the move either. Maybe we say that he didn't do it? Because we could go back and say that Acro didn't even wasn't the murderer at all. Because yeah, what proof would we have that the monkey did? You have to present someone to prove it. You have to present someone? Oh, I see. Let me try that again. Someone or something, yeah. I definitely don't have something, but I guess I could present Acro. Feels flimsy, but we'll try. Alright. It's the monkey. Then... yeah, I don't know, because this doesn't even... none of these mention money. I'm gonna try this. Yeah. Maybe it's bait. Yeah, I'm thinking that he maybe didn't have an accomplice. And then if it's not that, then we'll go back even further and he just didn't do it. Of course he didn't.
Now, since this must be when we get to hear the name of the mystery accomplice.
Not this time, Von Karma.
What?
You're not gonna sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Right?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
Order! Order!
Also, in fairness, it's like high-key way more ableist to be like, he could never do it. He's disabled. Than it is to be like, I mean, he's perfectly capable of it as much as any of us.
What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick.
Now I'm gonna have to prove how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry.
Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that?
I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed.
All right, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix writes, if this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, correct?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling?
Oh. Okay, let's walk through what happened. Max and the Ringmaster have their meeting. The Ringmaster leaves and takes the coat of Max, apparently. Maybe? Heads this way. Passes Trillo and Ben. Comes here and is killed. Now, Acro would very likely have been in his room, where he could have... Oh my god, oh my god, I think I figured it out. He drops the bust from his window onto the Ringmaster, then hoists the bust back up to his window, which is why Mo sees Max flying. Oh, maybe. He was obviously here the entire time.
That's Acro's room.
Pretty simple, eh? Hold up, you might be cooking. I'm saying, I think that might be it. I have been so stumped, and then all at once, once I figured out where Acro was, it clicked. Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself, and that's why there's no footprints or anything. It makes sense. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts?
What do you say? What say you, Mr. Dingling?
Oh man, that feels so good when you figure it out. Massive dopamine hit right there. It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering what, fuck me, I'm so bad at Australian accents. Why did I do this to myself? Considering that's what you propose, is impossible. Yes, that's it. G'day, mate. I gotta get in the headspace.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
As the witness stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there is no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right. I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thoughts. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright.
All right, I'm very confident right now in what the answer is. I'm a little less confident in which evidence and what order to present it, but I think the bust is the obvious move. I'm going to present some evidence. Oh, perfect. Yeah, this frames it perfectly. So now I'm very confident.
What's that? A picture?
It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture.
The bust.
It's quite a large bust, and because it is life-sized, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death, especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! Oh, his aura is gone. See? This is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. I love the busty humor.
Order! Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster?
A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it would be incredibly easy to commit.
Objection!
How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible.
Objection!
I'm sorry, have you seen this man's arms? Like, well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust. Yeah, you seen that man's cannons?
Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges?
Well, I was not Australian. Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run away from it now. How? I'd watch what you say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get the proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say?
On Karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse to stall for time.
Objection!
There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
The defense's objection is overruled.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while?
Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. Alright, that woman will sink to any low to win this case. Oh, I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bus. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bus and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the murder of the ringmaster's head. Plus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? Could have used a pull, because you had to pull it back up anyway, so it would have been on a pulley. So you could have just held the rope. I still got this still.
I have no doubts in regards to this I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. I believe you got this. I believe in me too. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's a shameful display, really. I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Right. Well, I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. Have you ever lifted up the bust before? No, I've never actually lifted it up with my own two hands. But I should get to it, don't you think? Can't let money outdo me on this. Money. That crazy monkey has lifted Max's bust before.
Please continue with your testimony, Mr. Dingling.
I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. So, what have you been doing to keep in shape? Well, honestly, I've given up on training. Well, I don't have plans to return to the trapeze or tightrope. You don't say. But no offense, I'm not worried about losing in a race or anything. Neither am I, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I wouldn't lose either, Slowpoke. I mean, Nick. Damn. Whoa. How did this discussion turn to me all of a sudden? Well, I suppose you could say that I'm stronger than the average bear. Why is Maya ganging up on Phoenix? Yeah, she's always getting caught up in the moment. And why is that? Because if I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. I haven't gotten much feeling back in my legs yet.
You couldn't have thrown that bust out of the window.
There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. How long do you think your recovery will take?
You have to remember that my nerves were... Goddamn. You have to remember that my nerves were severely damaged. I'm currently undergoing some extremely intensive rehabilitation. But it's still going to take a while before I'm back to 100%. Let me remind you of another very important point. If the witness was carrying the bust, he would not be able to see out the window below. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head.
Hold it!
Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. Do you accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out the window below? Thus, there's no way I would have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick. Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe if you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow that Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. Okay. So I'm thinking it's either the tickle trunk or the note. Well, I think I've already explained things sufficiently. Also, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? Now... Whoa! Let's see. Let me hit that sweet save real quick. That sweet and savory. I'm gonna present the trunk. Could be money also, but I think the trunk, because he lured him there, which explains why there was just kind of junk in there.
Objection!
Acro, you didn't really need to lean out of the window, did you? Well, I think we got him. What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of the time where the ringmaster's head was gonna be. Quite precisely, may I add.
Objection!
Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting.
Yes. Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright.
Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same. Oh, that was someone else. That was the judge, probably. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime.
I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense.
The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. Do you mean?
If the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box,
There would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim. No!
Order! This is unbelievable.
Finally! Some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. And there's only one way to go from here. Forward.
So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene?
It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. Yow! Allow me to whip some sense into you. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ow! 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 The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. So specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature.
size, the weight, the contents. This is a 20-pound box. I mean, that's the only thing specified, so I feel like it's got to be that. The box has a remarkable weight. Weight?
According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds.
Just to lift this wooden box would have required.
Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift up with their body, wouldn't you say?
That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large.
The box also has carrying handles on either side, doesn't it?
That is correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza?
Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, you recall the original location of Max's bust? Remember? I don't see any reason to save on that. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria.
Then what happened to
I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. That means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room? It's time for the monkey to come into play. I was wondering how money tied into all this. You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright explains that. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Tell us exactly how the witness could have carried the bust from the cafeteria. Yep, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happen once and for all.
All right, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his room?
Oop, too far.
Take that!
A monkey?
Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's ring.
So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust?
Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room?
Objection!
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny.
Objection!
Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they're made of platinum, which is very shiny, and holy shit, that's expensive. Okay, hold the fuck up. Can we just talk about the fact, okay, if those were actually platinum, and the size of, like, a playing card, okay, like, the actual dimension of that, which would be bigger than this photo, mind you, is about double the size, like 30-40% bigger. And there was, like, what? How many of those? I didn't realize those were made out of platinum. Sorry, hold on. I'm gonna nerd out about precious metals for a brief sec. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 12? Oh my god. Okay. That's like just purely on the platinum alone, that's like a $2,000 bust. Easy. And just raw materials. That's wild. Holy. They had the money for it, apparently. goddamn, that's... Wow, that's an expensive ass bust. Damn. Acro. Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Order, order! I said order, Miss Montcalm! Where is the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon.
Wait. Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon purely by accident?
It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use some of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Moron!
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, but I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Yow!
Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney.
Fraud?
You've gotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Oh, forgotten. Whoops. And what is that?
You should know. You forgot your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime.
Ah! Well, we just explained that, but I'll explain it again since clearly it didn't click for you.
There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now.
I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around.
When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw?
Bust.
Take that!
He saw Max's Ow!
I asked who the other person Mo saw in the scene. That evidence has nothing to do with the question.
Objection!
Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mon frère, mon frère, mon sœur. Okay. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. He should have said, hell no, bro, when he said, watch this, sis. For those who don't speak French. That's why I was laughing. But he did not actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw.
How is that possible?
It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust.
Objection!
But what are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak.
Objection!
There's no reason why you couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one of the cards. Fuck me. It would be easy to hang one off the cards in the bust's hand.
Idiots! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust?
It doesn't matter who put it on the bust.
Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance to this case. Don't you agree?
Is the bust even tall/big enough to look like a person? Maybe that's just me. I don't know. It's a 1-to-1, so if you put the cloak on it and it was like dangling from a rope, it would definitely look like a person. Especially like in the dark like that, where you can only see the silhouette. But if it was in like broad daylight, no shot. But I think at night, I think it's believable. Oh, he caught me.
So let's have it, Mr. Wright.
Oh shit, okay. Let's save again.
Who put the cloak on the bust?
Well, I mean, it's gotta be Acro.
Take that!
I wonder, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Didn't the defendant wear his cloaks the entire time he was at practice? So then how did this person get a hold of the cloak?
Well,
Furthermore, how would this person have gotten the cloak onto the bust, I wonder? Because this person was not spotted at the scene.
I'm sorry. She's so nice about telling me I'm wrong. It hurts even more. Oh,
Ow! The famous Von Karma Cat and Whip approach.
all right. Let's see. The only other person I could think of then would be. I just don't think it's Mo, honestly. Like, logically, he was there, so it makes sense that he was involved, but beyond that, I just don't think it was Mo. Ben, maybe? Maybe Russell? Interesting. That's an interesting take. Fuck it. Let's see.
Fool! Him?
You are saying it was the victim himself? Russell Berry?
I'm going off a long shot. Hey, it's so far so good. We'll see. We'll see. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the victim himself placed the cloak on the bust?
Honestly, I thought it was a possibility too in the back of my mind. I just hadn't gotten that desperate, so you got there before me. Was I right? You might have been. You might have been. Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Okay. Is it? Because this is kind of what I was thinking, but it felt kind of out there. Did it hit him? And when he was killed, the cloak got stuck on the bust? Because he was wearing it?
Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright?
Explain yourself.
Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyway. All right. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust and dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at that time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim. Damn, that is what happened. That is an unbelievable coincidence. And that explains why they saw the hat.
You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this just isn't true. It can't be.
It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. One could say almost realistic, but this is Ace Attorney. True, true. Oh, unrealistic. Yeah. I mean, it's a little out there. I think it's plausible. I think there is a reality where something like that could happen. I think it's extraordinarily unlikely, but I think it's just barely within that, like, realm of suspended disbelief, you know? Only just, though. This circus isn't over yet. What? The circus music playing over his confident sprite now, yeah. The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Moe Curls, the clown. When Moe looked outside his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Moe saw the bust being raised with the cloak dangling on it. Primarily because, in his wheelchair, he couldn't see out of his window. All making sense. So he just kept pulling the bust up. Damn. Damn. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the night sky came to be. Damn. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. We still don't know about motive. That's like half true. We don't like clearly know it, but I feel like this is enough to establish that he's got some kind of motive. But we'll see. We'll see. Damn. Yeah, I feel like we don't have a clear picture of it, but I think we can eke it out still. Acro, it could have only been you. Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. Sure has. But he's come to the end of his rope now. So? What now?
You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale. But do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Evidence?
I'm ready.
In this court, only two things matter. The power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well.
Yeah, sure, buddy. Whatever you say.
Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence?
Nick, they say they want evidence.
I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Moe's eyewitness accounts.
Unusual?
A contradiction, actually.
Okay then, use that and get out of this jam.
That's enough talking amongst yourself. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you've unraveled the trick to this magic case.
Aw, shit. I should have said a second ago, but I didn't. Let's see. This is genuinely the only thing I can think to present. It has something to do with Moe's testimony, which is very confusing. Fuck it, I'm going with this.
Take that!
Not that. The hats? Huh. Yeah. Well, how far back was my last save? Okay, we'll just take the hit. Yeah. Okay, for two more seconds I would have screamed. Yeah, they want evidence. At because they did both see the hat, and the hat was found at the scene. So yeah, I think you might be right. The problem is Max's 3 symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses.
Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings.
Yesterday, there were 2 contradictions in Mo's testimony.
The silk hat was one, the white roses was the other.
But the theory I just presented explains all these contradictions.
You fool! Do you ever shut up?
Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday? He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's. Yep.
Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of.
Objection!
Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction?
The other contradiction?
Remember what the ventriloquist said in court? He says that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick?
Of course. I can explain all of it.
What was that?
Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? Do you get it yet? If the cloak snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Makes sense. We cooking now.
Order! Order!
Out of curiosity, do you like the Ace Attorney soundtrack, and which one is your favorite track? Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it fits very well for the mood of the game. There hasn't been any songs in it that I'm like, ooh, I'm definitely gonna listen to that later. But I think it definitely does a great job of setting the mood and getting you excited when things happen or nervous when you're on the spot. So it definitely does its job really well. But it hasn't, like, for me at least, transcended that barrier of being a soundtrack to the point of like, ooh, I want to listen to this in my downtime. But it is very good. It is definitely very good. I could see why someone would enjoy it that way. But yeah, just not super. I like a little higher produced tracks, but I'm just snobby.
Mr. Wright, Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads.
Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel.
I don't think so. Not yet.
Well, so much for that theory.
Yeah. Mr. Wright, you mind? What is it? You took the time to research your circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that?
Motive. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with relations to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster.
And yet, there is.
Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster.
Acro's motive.
It seems that this case isn't over yet. Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess.
Boy. All right, halfway through.
Da, 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 da. When I got you, I can't slow just a moment.
December 30th, 2:17 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5.
I can't believe it. Acro?
It's pretty shocking, isn't it?
It definitely is. And to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus. Am I that hated? Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did. But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not. Which is kind of the reason why.
Hey, pal. You gonna just ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Ah, Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyway.
Now, detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little?
We've got some really tasty milk.
How about a card trick, detective? Oh my god, bro. Maybe not Acro, but still. We'll see.
Oh. Well, if you insist.
The milk. They love their milk here.
Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what is it?
Here you go.
Oh yeah.
Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
That's why this is all a secret.
Huh?
Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything.
You didn't see my message because of automod. Wasn't anything noteworthy, but still. Oh, damn, you got automodded? Damn. Interesting. Normally it gives me the option to review the automod. What the hell? What did you say that got you automodded? No, I'm playing. Automod is really over the top sometimes. Let me see. This is usually helpful for training it anyway, so. Let's see. Screen manager. Huh. I think maybe it's Twitch glitching because I don't have anything in my auto mod. Weird. Man, Twitch be fucking around, I swear.
But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
It happened again. What the hell? Let's see. Yeah, it's not Seribot. Seribot has only done 2 actions today, and those were definitely bots. What's going on? We ain't saying no swears, I guess. Interesting. Sometimes it does. Sometimes Automod does get like weird about certain swears. Huh. Normally it gives me the option to just approve it manually though. I don't know why it's doing that. What I said was Max was a meanie to his coworkers, but not Acro. Oh, you used the B word, probably. Yeah. that one probably just got auto-modded because of the tendency of how it tends to get used. But yeah, it's weird. Certain words like that tend to get used in like harmful ways against people tend to get auto-modded regardless of the context of them. And then some like fuck usually is fine. I don't think I've ever seen fuck get auto-modded. It's weird. But yeah, I'll have to tweak them eventually because I have it set pretty high right now because it's like I don't want trolls. I don't want to deal with trolls. I don't care what trolls have to say. But it's happened a few times. It's been a while, but so I forgot, but like yeah, it's a little oversensitive. I got to figure out the attenuation of it. Or wait, meanie. Or did you say asshole? That's wild if it blocked you for saying asshole. I don't know. It's okay. It's not like I swear a lot. Yeah. I swear a lot, which is why it's very ironic that my auto mod is set so sensitively. I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? Uh-huh. That reminds me. I got a message from the prosecutor for you. I said jackass. What the fuck? You know what? Actually, I fucking have to use $ for SLMAO. Yeah. Funny enough, I think, again, that's one of those ones that I've noticed bots, like trolley bots specifically, love to call people a jackass. So it's probably some dumb shit like that. It's so weird, but like there's just certain words that get used by troll bots a lot, or even just regular trolls. And I think that's kind of what it's blocking, because it clearly had no issue with you saying fuck. Gonna have to use words like jerk now. Yeah. Dust off them old 20s insults like shit. Get a load of this guy. He's a wise guy, eh? The prosecutor. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. Prosecutor? What did he mean by that? The very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Don't scare me like that. Looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant. What? For me? Aw. It's milk. What the fuck is up with the milk? The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? That's so funny. December 30th, 2:27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Aqua's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defendant. Proof of what kind of motive Aqua would have to commit this crime. Let me take a look at this cloth. What does it tell me? That scarf stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Why does the pepper keep coming up? I've not figured out how the pepper ties into all this.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally! get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. About the ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of Barry Big Circus, Russell Barry, took us in. I became an acrobat around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life.
You're such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
You are absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there?
Actually, that's the question I'm trying to find an answer to myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. I mean, I think it's obvious. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Wow, nice ad hominem. You really, that's all you got? That's all you got, Von Karma? I expected better of you, honestly, genuinely. She pulling the Trump. Oh yeah, well, you're a stinky doo-doo, and you're dumb, and don't know what you're talking about. I'm the most correct prosecutor that's ever prosecuted a case. Gonna have to. Oh yeah, I already read that. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. Alright, let's see here. We? Yes, my brother Sean and I.
What? You have a brother?
How old were you when this happened, Acro? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4.
Your parents were very cruel, weren't they?
Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the Barry Big Circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like.
Oh!
No crying in court. Let's keep this going.
The witness may proceed with his testimony.
That's when the ringmaster at a Barry Big Circus, Russell, took us in. How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had.
What about other people at the circus?
This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in. So no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I was always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know, he seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult.
So then how long have you been a performer?
I became an acrobat around 9 years old. You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dingleberries. It's nearly a household name. I've even heard of them in Germany. Liar. The point is, I wanted to fuck me. The point is, I wanted to be of some use to the circus.
You are truly a remarkable young man.
The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster.
That was my sole purpose in life. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster?
Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness's testimony? Or their heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. Ow! Ow, ow, ow!
No matter how you look at it, there's no way I can see this witness ever taking the victim's life.
Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them.
I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. Oh, shit.
I think that'll be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely.
Exactly right, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead?
Of course I can. Now that I've come this far, there's no way I can answer no I can't. Bro, I saw that bar and went to saving. Yeah, exactly. I'm starting to learn. Once I see that flashing, I'm like, oh, save. Time to save.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Very well, then please enlighten the court.
Just updating it so it's a little closer to the actual prompt.
Let's see some evidence that proves Acro's motive for killing the ringmaster.
Okay. So for me, it could be this, or it could be this. I don't think Acro really wanted to kill the ringmaster IMO. That's fair. That's also, that's why I made the point of not overwriting my save at the start of this day, because I'm not 100% sold on it, but it opens up too many questions for it to not be him.
Take that!
Let me just go over this one more time. This is why Acro killed the ringmaster.
That is correct.
I don't think the defense would mind confirming something for me. What exactly are we supposed to learn from this piece of evidence?
Oh, yeah, okay. Let me try the note.
Take that!
Okay. Let's try the lion, and if it's not the lion, I think we've got a different... I think we've got a pivot. So let's see, let's try this.
Take that!
Alright. Let me just check again. Do I have anything else? Let me try this.
Take that!
I think you, Loki, might have messed up. We'll see. But like I said, that's why I didn't overwrite the save. Yeah, alright. Let's head back.
I just keep playing back. Moments, fragments in time.
Definitely cross-examine. Okay, so we press on all these and don't really get anything.
Hold it!
All right. Saw this. Huh, maybe I don't do the cross-examination at all? There's no need to cross-examine this witness.
What's that?
Why was the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already. Okay.
Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Your Honor.
I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead?
Well, shit. Now that I've come this far, there's no way I could answer no, I can't.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Very well then, please enlighten the court. Let's see some evidence that proves Acro's motive for killing the ringmaster.
Take that!
Okay.
Nick?
Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven.
What?
That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all.
Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so fool-heartedly foolish. Did you forget that you made an accusation against the witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of the Russell Berry ringmaster.
If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right.
The end of things?
Acro, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
What did you say?
So was he trying to kill Regina then? We getting close. I'm saying that the target of the witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. And of course, he would have no way of knowing who's down there, because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with.
What?
Order! Order! Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in my court?
I think we're back on track now. I agree. I think we are. I definitely fell for that trap heavy.
Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else?
Damn. I wish I saved before that.
Take that!
Regina Berry?
This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct?
Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you?
Objection!
You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question.
Objection!
You could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is, you're wrong. That's it.
That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to... Oh!
The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
Huh?
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now. I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry.
Alright. This is definitely one where I have a few hunches of what to present. They all kind of mean the same thing. I'm not sure which one's right.
Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl.
It could be this, it could be this, it could be this. I think it's obvious too. I feel like maybe we present his brother. It's one of these four things. I'm positive of that. I'm just not sure which one will trigger.
All right, Mr. Wright.
At this point, the only thing that's important. Okay.
So that doesn't count as evidence. Got it. All right, let's go with this one. I'm betting on the note. That's a good guess. All right, it's not this one. Nope. Let's try the note. Because yeah, I think that's a good guess. There we go. Acro, you remember this, don't you? Oh, it's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat.
Inside the victim's tailcoat.
Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m.
So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note?
Yes, but there's just one little problem.
Problem?
Acro didn't intend it. Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster.
You mean it wasn't for the...
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Hey, we got this.
Order, order, order! Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours.
It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board.
That's when her father, I mean the ringmaster, saw the note.
That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in that plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina.
That's incredible.
Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. G'day. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, then I'd end up falling out the window myself. I'm so bad at Australian accents. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look out the window. He couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was.
I've got it. Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza.
And that's when he let the bust fly. Damn.
Hey, Nick. Isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience?
She is. Unfortunately, it's only gonna get harsher from here.
I hope Regina can handle it.
You're gonna see. This is pretty earth-shattering for her.
Acro wrote this note to Regina.
Foolishly foolish fool, with foolishly foolish ideas of foolish foolery. You're so foolish you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place.
Yes? What about that line?
Well, if that note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer.
You just don't get it, do you?
What? What did you just say?
The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza in place of his lovely daughter.
Hold it right there. Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note?
The incident 6 months ago. Interesting, we have the choice not to reveal that yet. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at that time.
Moron!
Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case?
It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in that case has its start in what happened 6 months ago.
Really, Nick?
I think so.
Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note?
Hey, cheers, Kev. Stay hydrated, folks. Let's go.
And though I'd certainly like to know what it is.
If I can't answer that question, the judge is gonna think I'm bluffing. All right. I think it's this now. Let's find out.
What? This is it?
Well, shit.
Well, from now on, you can do those sorts of things on your own time.
Whoops.
Please present conclusive evidence, Mr. Wright.
I'm almost to the big climax of this case, which means that no matter what, I can't mess up again. The conclusive evidence is about... Okay. This is the only other thing that really ties back to that, I think, so... What? Okay, now I'm confused. You got it? Oh, shit. Huh. Okay, think of something you haven't used yet. Alright, so let's see here. It's not this, we tried that, didn't go. I don't think it's this, we've used these. I don't think it's this. Huh. Huh. Let's see. This doesn't count as evidence though, right? Okay, let me give a hint. Yeah, go ahead. It's in tab 2. Okay. We've already done this. So that leaves only basically these two things. And I guess this? Pepper? Oh. Okay.
Achoo! 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 Achoo!
What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
It isn't a joke at all. It's decisive evidence you asked for.
What do you mean?
Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because of this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside.
Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper?
Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw.
This foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim?
shit, let me say. Should have seen that coming. That's my bad. Alright, well, it's gotta... Only one answer, okay.
Who is this?
That is Acro's younger brother.
Objection!
Okay.
What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead?
Technically, that's true. Save. Yes, good call. Good looking out. Appreciate that. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead.
Regina. She did that to him?
Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state.
Lion?
Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her.
Hey, Tony, you missed a lot. We're actually kind of at the climax of this trial, I think. We're about to expose everything. It all clicked in a moment early on. I was looking at a map, and I had to figure out where Acro was. And ever since then, it's just been like, got it. I had a feeling it was going to click during the trial today. Glad you figured it out. Thank you. It's been a fun trial.
So then what happened to Acro's brother?
He is not the victim of an attempted murder. He is the victim of an accident.
I see.
Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory.
I still don't know what the pepper has to do with the accident, like, at all.
Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident?
I'm gonna go with this. The lion biting Bat was no accident at all.
What?
You're such a amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
I was expecting fool. I was so primed for fool.
There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being.
She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat.
Foolish fool.
Yeah, exactly.
Foolishly foolish foolishness.
The pepper again, I assume.
Nick, you sure you want to go with that?
Huh?
How exactly does this evidence prove the reason Leon bit Bat? You don't think there's something better you should present instead?
Okay. Oh! I remember. I know what to do now. Never use the evidence twice so close to each other. Yeah, that's fair. I got it now. It is le thing with le thing. Cloth. Alright, here we go.
That's just a scarf.
Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who's the one that gave this scarf to Bats? Regina. Regina gave it to him.
Regina?
There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor.
And what might that be?
Pepper.
Pepper?
Pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment?
Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that?
That's definitely some sort of crime. I'm not sure what the actual charge would be, but negligence, maybe. Reckless endangerment. Anyway, it still seems like the judge just doesn't get it.
Mr. Phoenix writes, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling?
Smiling? The lion was smiling.
Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling.
Regina realizing she's accidentally caused the problems months ago. Yeah, this is such a, we were talking about that earlier. This is such a brutal reality check for her. Though it's definitely overdue.
Lions smile.
I've never heard of them smiling. However,
Lions sneeze.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. Poor Leon. And Bat, obviously. But like, damn. Both of them got fucked up because of this dumbass girl. Damn. He sneezed because of all the pepper in the scarf.
What?
you fool!
You've got to be kidding me.
Objection!
Oh, what's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object for objection's sake.
I don't know if it's intentional, but Leon does sound like lion, but I doubt that's a pun. Well, I think Leon stems from like the same Latin root as lion, because Leo is where we get lion. So it's probably intentional. It's not like it's not their strongest pun, but I do think that it's definitely an allusion to the namesake of lions.
Mr. Phoenix writes, is this theory, you believe it?
Excuse me. So I think you're definitely picking up on something there.
Do you really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened?
Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to the accident, due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiots.
It almost does. Fuck. G'day, mate. It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Fuck, I'm so bad at this. Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true?
Acro, you don't mean, you can't mean, witness?
Are you confirming the defense's claim?
Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a hard pill to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory.
What would that problem be?
The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where's the evidence that proves that claim?
You mean the conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem with the murder weapon, or the lack thereof to be more precise.
The murder weapon.
The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be.
The bust.
Nick, you gotta do something.
I could tell a check is coming up. I need to make sure we're shaved up. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. No, we're gonna request to search Acro's room. The defense requests to search the room of the witness, Ken Dingling. What is it now?
It looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? By now you must know the meaning of Von Karma Total Justice.
You mean?
A Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday.
What did you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for.
You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room.
Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed this search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story.
Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin. But, what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that's relevant is here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now.
Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust. Where is it now?
Where's the bust right now?
You're Phoenix Wright. You know where the bust is. I'm sure you do.
There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where this bust is?
It seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short.
Think we didn't get it. I'm gonna have to backtrack probably.
Thank you for your support.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright.
I think that brings an end to the cross-examination of this witness.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Come on, Gumshoe. Oh, damn. I thought Gumshoe was about to bust in and be like, I found the bust.
Where's Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm just a bit nervous and I bit my tongue. What?
We need time to do what?
Oh! Via, you're the most surprised person here. She's your aide, isn't she?
Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright?
What? Are you asking me?
The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck.
Hey, wait, you can't be serious.
Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up till now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose.
Very well. The defense may proceed.
He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic. There's no room for a false step. Sink or swim. The only way through is forward.
The murder weapon. There's Max's bust now.
Alright, it's all or nothing. In the lodging house, and Big Top, and corporate. So I'm thinking maybe the lodging house, and that explains the hole in the floor, mayhaps? So maybe it's in Moe's room? There's no doubt in my mind. The bust is somewhere around the lodging house.
You don't say.
You better not say.
In fact, allow me to be even more specific as to its location. Indeed, it is in Moe's room.
This is that clown. You don't mean.
Why would the bust be in Moe's room?
That's simple. I couldn't think of any other rooms it could be in. Oh, come on. There's the hole in the ceiling.
Refrain from making yourself look stupid. Nick, what about where Ben and Trilo were standing?
Maybe she's on to something here.
We searched that room inside and out, and there was absolutely no sign of the bust.
Okay. So that was not the location. Girl turn. It's fine. Okay. Let's see. Wasn't there? Huh. Big top? Because I can't even... Damn, there's so many choices that it branches from here. Think outside the box. Think outside the bun. Let's see. It's buried in the plaza.
Near the scene of the crime, and no one noticed it?
How could you possibly think that?
Haven't you ever heard of the old saying? It was hiding right under your nose. That about sums it up. Yeah, I don't think so. I should rethink that, shouldn't I? God damn. Okay, so I don't think it's even in the plaza. Be the big top. Does that count as... Let's try the big top. The other thing I could think of is it's in this courtroom and Von Karma has it. It's obvious. The bust is in this inside this very courtroom.
It's obviously where?
Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. It's
What? Why did you stop talking all of a sudden?
well, I'm just not really sure if I should say anything or not. It's under the prosecutor's bench.
No, you don't mean that. Miss Von Karma. Ow! 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 Ow!
Go seek your good.
Nick, get up, Nick.
Proceed, Your Honor.
I will when Mr. Wright opens his eyes.
Damn, she crashed the fuck out. I think we're right.
Nick, are you okay?
Who is this girl? Not this again. Oh my god. Okay, so it's not that. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna go with big top. It must be somewhere in the very big top.
It's in the big top?
You were low-key close too. Damn.
Mr. Wright, where exactly in this big top would we find the bust?
See, nah, because they asked where Ben and them were. I don't think this is it. I was kind of hoping that it would say, like, we could go... Okay, I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna go in the courtroom again. None of those options on Big Top seem at all right. Think of a place you haven't checked.
It's obviously where?
Also, let me do this so I can get back here a little quicker. Oh, the witness stand. My brain saw judge's bench, prosecutor bench, and just auto-corrected this to the defense's bench. Good lord. Acro. I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Ha! Once again, your penchant for humor hits where it hurts, Mr. Wright. Excuse me. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it, and the only place you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
You fool! How could you?
You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, 2 of them.
2 of them?
Miss Franziska Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What?
There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know how to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma.
It all makes sense now.
I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing.
Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. Yeah, I don't think...
Can't believe it. Me, make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that.
It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro,
Yes, Your Honor.
did you kill the ringmaster of Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime.
Acro.
All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he'd tease her. One day my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I don't like this case at all, but this part is really good. ICL. In case lesbians. Nice. I'm so bad at acronyms. I can't lie. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Thank you. Oh, I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. Oh, I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm truly never, ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely. She would laugh innocently when saying it, too innocently. I just couldn't stand it.
no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina.
Oh, dreadful.
So are you saying that you are a victim in all of this as well?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I just couldn't up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. I really feel bad for him, low-key. Yeah. It's a fucked situation. Like, what he did is not right, but grief makes you do crazy things, you know? Like, he's definitely not right, but I can understand what would drive a person to do all this shit, you know? Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. His backstory is surprisingly well written and his motivation makes sense. For sure. It's been a mixed bag of a case. There's parts of it that have been like really weird. There's parts of it that have been really strong, really solid. So but Acro is definitely one of the strongest points of this episode.
This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
I'm an idiot. A fool. A foolish fool who foolishly fell for the foolish stories of fools. I can't believe it. She'll beat me again.
I believe this case is beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict.
Let's go! Don't worry, Von Karma. You'll lose the next case too. For sure. Hey, we got it though. Court is adjourned. December 30th, 4:27 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 5. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this.
Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh?
That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only a max, 1 million of them. Thank you. What do you think of the case overall? This is the weakest case in the trilogy. It only goes up from here. I thought it was okay. I honestly didn't think it was that bad. The whole like old ass characters fawning over Regina was kind of weird and definitely like soured moments throughout. But that aside, I thought it was honestly a pretty solid case. Like the mystery was really fun. Literally right up until this last trial, I had no fucking clue. It wasn't until I had to like name where Acro was at the time of the murder that it clicked. And something about that is just like really fun going into it like, oh my god, I have no fucking idea how I'm gonna piece this together. And then just that aha moment. It was so satisfying. So there are definitely parts of it that I really loved, but there were parts of it that I would have absolutely been okay with not being included. So I'd say that, yeah, this one's kind of more of a middling case, but on the upper side of mid, in my opinion. It's like a 6.5 out of 10, maybe a 7, you know? If Rise from the Ashes is like a 9 or a 10 for me. Phoenix feels like 2, so it's like you're learning with him. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, they've added different mechanics throughout the games, and as I'm getting more familiar with the flow of the gameplay, I've gotten better at solving cases. And so, like, if this was in the first game, I would not have had the confidence that I needed to going into the last trial. I would have been so worried to the point that it may have like hampered my enjoyment of it and made me play it differently and struggle more. But because I've had to bluff so much and I got the flow of the mechanics, I kind of can trust that experience of like being in the dark along with Phoenix and just being like, we're gonna figure it out. We've got enough. We can put it together from here. So it's fun. I really enjoyed that aspect of it. You're becoming better and better, slowly with Phoenix too.
Notice how Mia didn't even appear at all now? Phoenix is becoming confident. That's a great point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's a really great point. And yeah, I definitely feel that I'm becoming better at this. It's fun, you know, and I think that it's cool they've written it in such a way that Phoenix is progressing alongside you as a player. So yeah, all that's to say is I think it was an alright one. It was a pretty solid episode, but definitely not a masterpiece by any means. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No, 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 no! If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Next one is my favorite in 2. Would love to see your reactions. We will get to that next week. I'm going on a trip starting tomorrow, and I'll be gone for a little bit, so I won't be streaming the rest of this week, but we will start the next one tomorrow. Or no, next one, yeah. So we'll start that one next week, and then it'll be on to the next game. Well, the third one in the trilogy, technically the same game still. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. She's been like this for a while now. It's my fault. Yeah, she's realized she's ruined lives. Yeah, she's a demon in human form. Yeah, I mean, it's complicated. She's definitely gonna have to come to terms with what she's done. That's gonna be rough. I hope that she can grow from it. Sweetie pie. And an Acro. They're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. Oh, I just couldn't up and lave yet. Does that mean Acro? Is he gonna try to get his revenge on me? I don't think so. Hey, yo, imagine Bat waking up next day hoping to see his brother and dad. Oh. Bro, this shit's sad enough. Why are you making it more sad? Oh, man. That's so tragic. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure? I can't believe that. Yep. Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I want to know you're not just making up stuff about Acro not wanting revenge. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. Low-key, I don't know. Yeah. Me neither. I don't know if there is something I can present, to be honest. I'm cheating. Fuck it. It's the last one. What was this called? Bear. Sir. I genuinely don't know. I feel like maybe that was a trap. Let's see here. Oh, okay, it was. It was Bat. You know, I thought this might be him. You can fail these ones, by the way. It's better to do them, but it's better to do them right. Just feels correct. Yeah, I get that for sure. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. But Bat... That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know.
I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. And then until he can meet Acro again.
That's so sweet of you, Regina.
I'm sorry, Acro. Sorry, Bat.
Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Regina becoming an actual human now. Yeah, empathy unlocked. Hey, Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So, whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. Hell yeah! I'll turn this circus into the best circus the world has ever seen. You said the magic words, Mo. The best circus the world has ever seen? Don't laugh. That's quite the goal.
Yay! I can't wait.
Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing that the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max. Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? Max growing as a human being too now. Yeah, we love to see it. We love growth. We love growth here. No one expects perfection, but we all should expect growth. I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help him out too, aren't you?
I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me.
Ignoring that he wants to marry Regina, of course. Oof, yeah. I do be putting that out of my head and forgetting about it, cause gross, man. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the Berry Big Circus bigger than it's ever been.
Mo.
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry.
Max. Vic.
It seems like everything's going to turn out all right here.
I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen.
We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm gonna order special whoopee cushion seats. See, what made the case?
Yesterday's surprise raid really paid off just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you?
It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
You mean Mr. Wright?
Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back!
Fucking go!
My edgy boy is back. This is why we played the big top case. Yes. Let's go. Oh, wow. Well, I will tell you this. If I wasn't already excited for the next case, which I was, I certainly am now. Oh, man. That just made my day. That genuinely just made my day. Worthy chooses death, huh? Oh, wow. I cannot wait. Oh, believe me, case 4 is a ride. Well, we will find out next week. Life-changing media. Hell yes. Little teaser of what's to come. Oh, I'm so excited for this. See, this is why I wish I gotta get a laptop so I can stream on the go. Hells yes. Bro cut the moon in half. God damn. Oh shit. The Steel Samurai. Welcome back, Nickel Samurai. Ah, I see. Very sick. Hell yeah. All right. Some more samurai shenanigans await us. I appreciate y'all so much. It'll be a little while till I see you again, but I will be back. Let me check my flights. When do I? Okay, yeah, I'll be back. So Monday we'll resume. I'll be there no matter what. Hell yes. So yeah, I will be back on Monday. So next Monday we'll start this case, usual time. I appreciate y'all so much. I hope you had some fun. I will see you then. I hope you have a great rest of the week. And until next time, peace.
Like this, I've been waiting for a chance to find my bliss. I missed every opportunity that came my way. What can I say? I'm just holding on for the day, not getting paid. My girl loves me, feeling like a fae. I don't know where I'll be. A day, a week, a year from now. Will I still be alive or will I rest in peace in the ground? Hear the sound of my own conclusion, ringing in my ears like it's my solution. If I ever take my life, charge my brain with collusion. Never stood a chance of taking shots at illusions. So what's the point of it all? Build myself a tower, let the world watch me fall. Is that the point of it all? Build myself a tower, let the world watch me fall. I've been running around and these circles got me tired. Set my life on fire, watch the flames getting higher. What's there left to do when I make it to the top? What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop, 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 drop. What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop. Sure don't know where I'm going. Keep looking for a win, but agony keeps on flowing. All the pressure to fit in has got me losing sleep. Folks don't care about your pain, just the success you reap. I've been running around and these circles got me tired. Set my life on fire, watch the flames getting higher. What's there left to do when you make it to the top? What's there left to do? Well, the only choice is drop, 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 drop. I've been running around and
it to the top. What's still left to do? Well, the only choice is drop. What's still left to do? Well, the only choice is drop. I've been running around and these circles got me tired. Set my life on fire, watch the flames getting higher. What's still left to do when I make it to the top? What's still left to do? Well, the only choice is drop.